All right, here's the deal. I saw this video on Instagram of Kevin O'Leary. If you don't know who Kevin O'Leary is, he's a I guess you'd want. Well, he's on Shark Tank. For that's what most people probably would know him for. But he's like, I don't know if he's a billionaire or a multimillionaire, whatever it is. Mr. Wonderful, I guess you could say too. But I saw this video. Long story short, on Instagram of him talking about content creation, or the overall like videographer or content creator, and what their role is in the business, or how he had made a video like 5 years ago or something like that talking about why this person is so crucial to like your business nowadays. And I wanted to play this video and then overall like kind of reflect out of it as to why I think it's so crucial as well, but like also kind of like relate myself to what he's talking about, because I work within a business that does really well online for somebody else like in their brand. So I just kind of want to like elaborate on it a little bit. But first I'll show you the video. It's not very long. It's just like a minute or something like that of him like kind of discussing these things. So I'll play the video here. We'll watch it, and then I'll reflect. So I'll put it up on the screen. So the video is titled "Why Creators Cost More Than the Tools." Now, I think he was talking about like back in the day, creators like being a part of people's business, or, camera equipment and people that know how to run this stuff and all this other crap, right? Kind of like what I've been talking about on this channel. Anyways, I found it super interesting. So we'll play the video here.
Content creation, the actual act of filming a video, making sure the messaging is right. The cost of doing that has come down quite a bit, except at the actual producer level. So the equipment itself is no longer expensive. You can use your phone. But the ability to do it right and understand how the algorithms work and how to present that data is getting much more costly. And so if you look at all of the different platforms, they're all subscription services now. They're all apps that let you do what it takes to make a message very compelling, including inserting text in multiple colors, speeding up or slowing down the video, editing the video itself. You could do it on your phone now versus having to buy an expensive editing
Not
product.
necessarily true. That's not entirely true at all, but you get what he's saying about the editing on your phone
The
thing.
cost of the technology has gone down almost 60% in the last 2 years. The cost of finding someone who knows how to use it has quadrupled.
Notice what he just said. The cost of the equipment has gone down in the past few years. He says 60%. I don't know what he's talking about, if it's like a camera or what. I mean, if you go look up a new camera or whatever the hell you're looking into getting, still expensive as hell. But the people that know how to use this stuff, this is like what I'm kind of trying to talk about. This is exactly what I have been trying to make videos about, and like understand what the hell you're doing, right?
If an editor used to get 50,000, it's 200,000 now. So that is the dilemma. Getting a partner in the business that's very good at content creation is kind of imperative, whether it's, someone you hire or someone you give equity to, because that task is never ending. Telling the story, issuing another post, keeping up with your competitors and how they're presenting their products, dropping new products, all of it's done online. It's not the tools that are expensive anymore. It's the creators. That is something people should focus on a lot. Think that through. Some people say, well, I'm just going to pay $5,000 a month to a service. That's a bad outcome. They don't give a damn about you.
Thank God. Thank God he said this, because this is exactly what I'm talking about too. And I'm not even coming from like a defensive point of like, because I do this stuff. I work in this, like I do this. I have been involved with multiple people for a while, and there is nothing more important than these people being involved with your brand, because they're literally like they're literally working on your stuff. I'm working on your thing or in your brand. Like I best be knowing what exactly it is you do, your products, your services, or whatever the hell it is, to a full extent, because my brain, when I'm editing and when I'm helping you create the videos, has to be fully involved within the entire thing to keep things like structured and marketed in a way that is going to help you have success with all of this. Like I don't know, I don't know if I worded that quite correctly, but let's finish watching what he says here.
They have 50 other clients. You need to find someone embedded in your business that is 100% dedicated to telling your product story or your service story or the story of the company or what you want to say and connecting with people and building up your community.
So he talks about the cost of it coming down quite a bit, right? And that's what I was kind of touching on there.
Except at the actual producer level. So the equipment itself is no longer expensive. You can use your phone. But the ability to...
So he says you can use your phone, which I made a video on. And that's what I'm saying is like, first of all, let's talk about the equipment and what exactly you're using. You decipher whether you're using a camera or you're using a phone. And this is super important because I told you in previous video here, or you need to invest in either a person or decide if you're going to do this for your business and like if you're going to take on all these tasks, because it's so much more than just pulling out your phone and making a video and like, I can just do this myself. I can just make a video. I can post it. I can caption it. I can have my CTA on there. I can have everything. Yeah. BS, because you are the person that either has a business, I'm hoping, or you're not just doing this for the hell of it, right? There's a difference between doing this as a hobby and then doing this as a business, right? So like if you're going to be doing this stuff, making content or whatever it is, right? I'm just saying there's a different place for that in different space. I'm talking about having somebody in your company or your business doing this stuff day in, day out, okay? So disregard any notion of me talking about like this stuff and trying to pair it with, well, I'm just a solo creator or I'm just a solo business creating content. No, let's talk about a business side of this, right?
Ability to do it right and understand how the algorithms work and how to present that data.
So he says more about like how the algorithms work and how to present that data and all that stuff, right? So there's going to be tons of analytics that you grab from your channels or your pages, and you are going to want to keep up on that stuff, and you are going to want to have like ideas of like how things are performing or like trends and all that other stuff, and kind of like copy and pasting those things and trial and airing them and having somebody almost as like a strategist or like a strategic partner within the content creation team. I don't necessarily 100% agree about him saying, oh, like you need somebody, and he might not mean it in this way, but he's saying, you need somebody who knows how to track that information or know algorithms and stuff like that, which he is 100% correct. But that stuff changes so much, and I've even touched on that in other videos as well about like how it changes constantly and how not every algorithm is built for this person, or if you're starting out, or if you're an existing brand, or if you've been making content for a long time, that's going to be different from person to person, right?
Is getting much more costly. And so if you look at all of the different platforms, they're all subscription services now. They're all apps that let you do what it takes.
Now he's talking about subscriptions and apps and different platforms. Social media is technically free. I mean, I know there's some rolled out subscription stuff that you can make content for and things like that, but let's just keep it at a free will posting, right, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. Now, this also is going to be different for anybody that's in different sectors of the internet posting stuff, whether it's paid or not. Like you might have a production team. You might want to like invest in having paid communities being built. Like even one that I work in every week is called School. Alex Hermosi and Sam Ovens launched School and created this whole community platform basically where people can have communities and they're paid for or free. We're talking just so many different sectors of content. And my whole point in this video is like is for you to not cheap out on any of this. Like you need to hone in on finding a person or individuals that actually work like in your brand and for you, because it's going to be so important. And like he talks later on in this video about the agency, like you don't want to just spend $5,000 on some agency, and these guys like, and there might be somebody watching this that owns an agency, and I'll just be the first one to say it. I would be, if I was a videographer working in an agency, like I said before, I wouldn't care about this person's brand. I'd be on to the next. Like, I feel so much better in a brand or in somebody else's business that I actually want to be in or want to like get to know, and they pay me well. I would much rather be in that position than hopping around just taking it job to job, because I've said it before. You will not get the overall in-depth investment from the videographer or the content creator or video team or marketing team, whatever the heck it is. You will not get that in-depth feel from them. They're just gonna, I'm sorry, but like they're just gonna treat you like another client. And that is why it's just so hard. And that's the other frustrating and hard part about like a person like me is I get people coming to me all the time asking me to do this and that and the other, and it's extremely difficult because I have to gain all this momentum to get strapped in with their brand or their overall outlook on things. And that's why as a videographer, our jobs have changed. And if you don't have a backbone in the industry or in within yourself, you'll start saying yes to all these things. And pretty soon you're just overwhelmed.
To make a message very compelling, including inserting text in multiple colors, speeding up or slowing down the video, editing the video itself. You could do it on your phone now.
Just talked about this the other day with a guy that is getting trained in on our team. I mean, like we had to literally go through the video process, and then like the whole caption process. Like we do lots of talking head content and we put captions on the video, what app we use, the cadence, the tone, the coloring, the overall branding of it. Like it's another massive part of it, and that's exactly what he's talking about here.
Speeding up or slowing down the video, editing the video itself. You could do it on your phone now versus having to buy an expensive editing product. The cost of the technology has gone down almost 60% in the last 2 years. The cost of finding someone who knows how to use it has quadrupled. So if an editor...
The overall abundance of constant technology being put out and created is at all-time highs, I'd have to say. Like there is stuff coming out from every freaking brand constantly. Constantly there is stuff coming out from these brands. I mean, it's just non-stop. Having somebody that has the knowledge of how to operate this camera and that drone or this audio setup or this lighting setup or like the podcast studio, like everything as a whole, that within itself is another massive freaking deal. Like it's just crazy. Like if these people are going to be making all this money online, or if this money is going to be made in these businesses, and you are going to be the person making sure it's constructed correctly and you are actually performing these tasks, yes, you do deserve to get paid a premium because it's such a massive deal. We're in such a competition for the space online that you got to realize that it's just not like another, everybody looks at it as like such an easy task to do. It's just such a complicated thing.
An editor used to get 50,000, it's 200,000 now. So that is the dilemma. Getting a partner in the business that's very good at content creation is kind of imperative.
Getting a partner in the business that is good at content creation.
Whether it's, someone you hire or someone you give equity to, because that task is never ending. Telling the story, issuing another post, keeping up with your competitors and how they're presenting their products, dropping new products, all of it's done online. It's not the...
Never ending. And I've heard it from the mouth of the guy I work with in his brand. It's never ending. And I've said it's never ending too. I totally agree. You literally, like, if you want to be successful in the online space, you want to grow, you want to scale, I'm of the personal belief that you need a right-hand man in the content creation space or a team, small, big, whatever, depends on how large your business is or how large you're trying to scale. You need a really, really good team. You need these people on your side. You don't need them as a subcontractor.
That's all of it's done online. It's not the tools that are expensive anymore. It's the creators.
We're not here to talk about agencies or these people that have multiple clients. I think it's becoming more and more popular for videographers or anybody that's in a business that operates online. They have a in-house person. My takeaway from this is watch that video a few times of him talking about this because it's so freaking important to just to realize like what exactly you're doing. Otherwise, it's just a money pit. It's a waste of time. You're going to sit around turning your wheels, spinning and just not knowing where to go. The overall face of the brand, like they have to like there's a lot of weight to be put on their shoulders. Like they have a massive massive hat to wear as well. And they're the ones that lead the train, like the engine, right? Like they are the ones literally moving this entire thing. So like if you're a brand, you have to be present as ever with these people and like really like form a relationship. So overall, I know it's kind of long-winded, but it's a great video and I thought it was a great topic to like or video to like kind of like elaborate on because that's exactly what a lot of this content that we're trying to make is really like trying to highlight and show you. Like I said, I work in a very successful online business as is, and that's exactly what it is. So you know, take it from me, and like maybe you know down the road I can explain a little bit more about what these processes look like, and I'll just keep sharing the journey. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.